Alright, I think I got the camera focused. Let's go. This is my second night in Japan. Get ready with me. So in this Get Ready With Me video, I'm going to be talking about my first night. In the first night Get Ready With Me video, I didn't really have much to talk about because I didn't go anywhere yet. I just had been from the airport and back to the hotel. But now I can, while I'm doing my hair and makeup, I can talk about how my first night went. Okay, so first night, after me and Aise got ready, we went out, and then basically we were like, okay, let's just walk around and see what we can find. The first place we ended up at was like this cute little like mom and pop shop kind of looking, like it was like a convenience store kind of thing. And I wanted to take videos in there because it was really cute, but then they said no pictures. And then when you went inside the store, you saw that there was actually, signs up that said no pictures. And then, we walked inside and we were like, irashaimase, irashaimase. Like they said it like a lot of times, irashai, irashai. And I don't think any, much other people walked in after us. I think, it's just different people saying it to us over and over. Now I think that's really cute because like all of the different places I went into in my 2 days in Tokyo, usually there'll be someone to welcome you. Not necessarily like it's their job to welcome you, like that's the only thing that they do, but like people always welcome you to the store. We bought some things at the convenience store that I'm telling you about, and then we saw 7-Eleven. We went in there, I bought some candy, I bought a Japanese Fanta that I was so pressed over, and then we went back to the hotel to drop our stuff off. And then we went back out. And then we were in Shinjuku, we were walking around, and this surprised the hell out of me, honestly. Because I thought that I wouldn't see much other black people in Japan, honestly speaking, but then I met a lot of Nigerian people, and when you see, like when they saw us, it was like, oh, hello, my black brothers and sister. That's literally what they said to us, and I'm trying to imitate their accent. I'm doing a terrible job, but it was like, oh, my black brother and sister, how are you doing? What brings you to Japan? Where are you from? And every time someone asked me where I was from, I would say, oh, I'm American, I'm from America. But they'd be like, okay, duh, but like, where in America? I think it is obvious, but I don't think it is. Like, I could be from anywhere. I could be, my family's Jamaican. I could have been raised there, I could have been like, oh, I'm Jamaican. Or I could have been from the UK, or I could have been, like from France or somewhere. Like, I don't think it's like obvious to assume that I'm American, even though I am, but everyone was like, okay, well, duh, I know you're American, but like, where in America? But yeah, back to the Nigerian people. There was the first Nigerian guy that I talked to. Actually, I think like all of them that I met like worked at a club that was in Shinjuku that we just so happened to be walking past. And then the first guy was trying to get us to come into the club, but we didn't really want to go in the club. We were looking for food. So we were just like, oh, I don't know about going inside. But we had like a conversation with him. It was really nice. There was another Nigerian man. Same greeting, my black brothers and sisters, how are you doing? I mean, he was such a nice guy. He was the bouncer. And it was really funny, actually, because we were talking to him, but like every 5 seconds, like he had like this like radio kind of thing, like right here. And then like, he'd be talking in the middle of a sentence, he'd be like, oh, wait, hold on. And he would like run off and then like go stop someone or like go talk to somebody. And we would just wait there, wait for him to come back. It never really took long, but it was just hilarious because throughout our conversation, like at least like 5 times, he was like, okay, chotomate. and like ran off. And he was telling us how he's from Nigeria, and I was telling him how I'm surprised to see black people living in Japan. And he was like, I've been living here for 20 years and I love it here. And, what I love about Japan is, aside from like other Asian countries, and I'm just quoting what this man is saying. He's like, aside from other Asian countries, like Japan seems to keep their culture intact. They definitely have like modern things, from Western places, but they seem to always have like their culture, still there and strong. He seems to like really like adore Japan. He's married to a Japanese woman, he says, and he has 3 kids. That he's raising here, and basically like he has like a permanent life here in Japan. And I was surprised to see other black people here, and even more so to see black people who are like settled down here and have like a whole life here. It's not that I didn't know that black people lived here, I just thought that they were so sparsely scattered around Japan that I wouldn't run into so many of them, but I ran into at least like 5. But that's something that I saw that surprised me, that I thought was really cool. And then we actually got invited into a lot of different clubs. But, like by people that were like, the bouncers or the people like promoting it that were standing outside. So when we were looking for food, we saw this cute ramen shop and we decided to eat there. And then when you went inside, it wasn't like you walked up to the counter and you asked them, okay, so do you have, like, do you guys have a menu, and like looked and ordered. It was like there was a machine when we walked inside that had like pictures, and then you can change it from like English to Chinese to Japanese, and you can choose what you wanted to eat. And then you just kind of, you choose, you pick, you pay at the machine, and then you just give it to the waitress, and she gives it to the chef, and the chef makes the food. So I thought that was really cool, and it was really packed in there, but it seemed to be a place where people like came and left kind of like fast. So it didn't take us long to get seated, it didn't take us long to get our food. And the food was so good. I got the miso ramen. I usually got like a fish ramen. It was delicious. It was literally like the best ever, and I added some corn to it. And we were just kind of like quietly eating, talking to each other. And then Isaac decided that he wanted to compliment the chef on the cooking. So he like raised his hand when he saw the chef come near, and he said, "Oishi," and he's like, "Oh, oishi desu ka?" Like, and then Isaac actually sparked the conversation that we had with the chef, and the chef came over to us and he was talking to us, and I was like, you know, really happy to be having a conversation in Japanese. I was telling him about how I came to Japan to study Japanese, and I'm, you know, doing study abroad in Kyoto, and how, you know, I also said this food was really good. What's it called? He was like, "Oh, Jozu desu yo, Jozu." He was telling me that like I'm really good, but I was like, I don't feel like I know very much. But it was interesting because I was still able to have a conversation with him, and it seems that people will want to like talk to you and stop you and like, and you know, have conversations with you, but people that don't speak English, well, clearly, because they can't speak to you efficiently, they don't speak the same language as you, but they won't really speak to you. But then I see you know, Japanese people who do speak English will like stop and talk and be like, "Oh, well, hi, how are you guys doing? Where are you guys from?" And we'll talk to you in English. Like in the hotel that me and Aize were in yesterday, that was in Shinjuku. Going upstairs, there was a Japanese man in the elevator with us, and he was asking us where we're from and everything, and he spoke English very well. He spoke English very, very well. Oh, and another thing that I saw here that caught my eye. A lot of people wear suits. Like, so far I've just been staying in Shinjuku, and then right now I'm in Asakusa. What's the city called? Asakusa? Asakusabashi. That's where I am. I'm in I'm in Taitoku, and I'm in Akusabashi. I feel like I'm saying it wrong again, but you know, we're in Taitoku, and here I didn't see as many men in suits, but I definitely saw people wearing suits. But in Shinjuku, like a lot of men had like suits on, and oh my goodness, let me tell you, these people's suits were crispy, like crispy. Like they look like yes, like suits look really nice. Them suits actually look so nice and inspired. I to buy one. And wait till his birthday, because he gonna look just as crispy, if not more crispy, in his suit. And then yeah, we had like a good conversation with the guy at the ramen shop, with the chef. His name was Kitaguchi. No, Kitagawa. Kitaguchi means north exit. So Kitagawa was the man's name, and then he had his name in kanji on his name tag. And then I read his name tag. I was like, Kitaguchi desu ne. And then he was like, "Oh, you know, good at, you know, you can read kanji." He was like, "Kanji yomeru, sugoi." Kitagawa. I keep saying Kitaguchi. Am I saying Kitaguchi? Yeah. Sorry, it's Kinagawa. Kitagawa. Oh my gosh, I'm terrible. I'm so terrible. Oh no, I'm all over the place and not where I need to be. Okay, so that's it for my hair. Okay. Now let me try to throw some makeup on as fast as I can. You guys get to see my my frizzle frazzle edges. Ooh, I look good with a ponytail. I might put some edge control on and just run my hair back like this.
You should do it higher.
I can't do it higher this way. I can't.
It would look dope if you could.
I think like, ooh, what if I like had like some bangs like this? And then I might do a ponytail. I might serve some looks tonight. But now it's
trying to be like me with the ponytail.
Trying to a little bit. You want to come say something to my YouTube when I get ready with me? You want to talk about what you think about Japan so far? Konbanwa. Come. Are you?
Yeah, I'm in the frame.
Okay, good. Talk.
I'm in the frame. I mean, Yeah, Japan is lit. Well, we're gonna see how lit it is for real.
Because where are we going tonight? Where are you trying to go tonight?
Shibuya.
To go party.
Yeah, you know, when we copped some shoes earlier today, you know, I had to ask the locals, where's the spots at? You know what I'm saying? She said not Shinjuku. She said Shibuya.
To go party.
Yeah. So hopefully we're able to go out there. We're trying to figure out if the bus even runs late. Because,
the train, yeah.
Oh yeah, the train, because
we're not trying to get stuck
we're not trying to get lost out there or stuck.
Or like how early does it start up again?
I think like 5 a.m. Cause I was reading like forums and stuff, and people were like, how long does the train run and stuff? Cause they were like stuck somewhere, and people were saying like different things. And I saw one thing, a guy said, maybe you could just stay out there and stay at a bar until.
Yeah, to go first in the morning. So we just have to get out to where we want to go first, and if the train stops running, and so be it, then we can just stay out. And then that'll be a good way to bring in your 21st birthday.
Yeah.
Your 21st birthday. Okay. Make up. So talk about everything yesterday. Talk about the arcade we went to. Maybe if you talk during my get ready with me, I can actually get ready faster. So Jack, go.
So after we left the ramen shop, we were just walking around, you know, checking out Shinjuku and stuff. Got to see some of the geotags in person, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, we did.
We ended up at an arcade, but we didn't even know it was an arcade at
We were
first.
trying to find we were trying to find the station because we were trying to find buy our IC cards.
Yeah, we were looking. Yeah, we were trying to buy Suica cards and stuff. So we were just walking around. We saw a place that said manga on it, and we went in thinking that it would be like a manga jump, but it wasn't. So
Arcade.
It was an arcade. On the first floor, they got like a bunch of machines. Like all this stuff is so perverted, man.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Like, why do her boobs have to be that out? Like.
Yeah. Why is her skirt all the way up? Like, it was hilarious.
Yeah. It was just like the video games.
Yeah. So then we went upstairs and was surprised to an arcade. So
yeah, I was like, hold up, this is an arcade? If you want to see
grown people.
Yes, oh my goodness, that's what I love about Japan. Like grown people read manga and grown people like go to arcades. If you guys want to see us in action in the arcade, please hit the link in the description box to my first day in Japan blog because it's all there.
Yeah, she beat me in Mario Kart.
I did.
Yeah. Watashi wa makemono janai.
Makemono janai. Makemono da yo.
Yeah, we found our way to the station.
Yeah, Shinjuku Station. Eki. Shinjuku Eki. So you guys, let me let you guys know right now because we did little to no planning before we got to Japan. And we're having a great time so far. We're not having an amazing time. We're having a great time. You guys do not need plans to come to Japan. It might be a little more intentional if you guys know where you're going, what you want to do. But if you just go to places like Shinjuku or like the busy places and just walk around, I promise you, you will stumble upon something fun to do. Because that's exactly what we've been doing since we've been here.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened when we got to the station?
And it was closed. Everything was closed. So we couldn't get our Suica cards. So we were like, oh man.
So we had to come back the next day.
So yeah, we had to come back the next day and we thought that we would been lost and all this crap. But it turns out I'm pretty good at navigating my around.
Yeah, honestly, better than I am. And he does not speak a lick of Japanese. He knows how to say like dame or like nani, but doesn't speak very much, and he can get around better than I can. So to all of you guys who think, oh my gosh, I don't want to go to Japan, I don't speak Japanese.
It's credit to her.
Come to Japan.
It's credit to her. She was walking up to people, asking people.
That's all I was good for though. Was just asking people in Japanese like, chotto, kore sugashite desu ka? You know, like, asking people where to go.
Eki wa doko desu ka?
He can say that. You can still get around saying Eki wa doko desu ka? Shinjuku Eki. You can still manage that.
Yeah, I know.
And that's basically the same thing I was saying, just a little bit more advanced.
She's dead, dude.
And then what I found, like, I can speak to Japanese people more than they can speak to me because of course they understand every word I'm saying, but they be whipping out some words I never hear before. So I'd be like,
of course, because they're like.
But then one thing I will mention though, because like right now we are in Taitoku, in Shinjuku, everything is written in English and Japanese. So if you don't, and at the airports and everything like that. So like if you're walking around, you don't really understand like, oh my gosh, what's going on. Trust and believe, it'll be right there, clearly written in English right next to the Japanese. Smaller towns like this, like Asakusabashi. I never heard of this city before I got here. I'll write the name of it like right here.
There's no bashi in it.
Bashi is in it. It is. I know, but I know bashi is in it. I'm sorry for
butchering it.
It is, and it's hard to remember. But yeah, and when I got here, I noticed everything's written only in Japanese. In the bigger towns, everything's written in English and Japanese. Smaller towns is just Japanese. And also, in Shinjuku, it seemed that the service people, like people who help you get into the hotel, people who check you out at stores, they speak more English than people in the smaller towns.
Well, no, the dude spoke English. But you started speaking Japanese.
Japanese.
And he asked if you preferred to speak in Japanese.
It seems like people in the bigger towns, like they'll speak English, like actually speak English. In the smaller towns, they'll speak enough English to do their job. Like they'll speak enough English so that they can help people who don't speak Japanese who come in. But then it won't. The conversation in English won't really go much further than that. And then he asked me, and then I said something in Japanese, and he was like, he's like, Nihongo hanasemasu ka? And I said,
Daijoubu.
He said, Nihongo de daijoubu desu ka? He said something like that. And I was like, yukuri ittara, like if you speak slow. Yukuri ittara. Oh, and another thing is that I was like looking forward to experiencing in Japan is I wanted to know what it's like to be a foreigner, because even in America I'm sort of kind of a foreigner by historical means, but more or less like I'm American and I've been raised there, everything, so I'm not necessarily a foreigner there. In Japan I'm gaijin, gaikokujin desu. Like if there's no ifs, ands, or buts around it. And I wanted to see what it's like to be in a country where I barely speak the language, because being in America, in my experience, there are a lot of people who immigrate to America from like Spanish-speaking countries like Cuba. Especially living in Miami, I interact with a lot of Cuban people, and then living in Maryland, it's very diverse in Maryland. I know I've seen people from like Puerto Rico, from El Salvador, Guatemala, who don't speak English, right? And then growing up, like when I met someone who was like trying to talk to me, and you being young and not understanding, and then someone trying to talk to me, they can't get the words out and they don't know what they're saying. I was like, how come this person can't speak? Like I didn't understand. And growing up and getting a little older, I'm realizing that it's not because they have some type of like deficiency or something like that. It's just because they're from somewhere else, they speak a different language. So that's something that I'm looking forward to kind of getting more into as an adult, is kind of exploring the rest of the world and kind of getting a better understanding of other people. And I think what will help me understand foreigners when I go back home is having the experience of being a foreigner myself. So, and then having the experience of trying to get around and not being able to speak the language very well. And I think that is like one of the biggest things that I'm looking forward to kind of like experiencing here, especially as I get into the smaller towns. I read a lot online, and as far as like being black in Japan, I read a lot of things online. What is after this? Like I'm so into talking about like my makeup. I look good so far. I do. But what's next? Okay, I lost my train of thought there for a second. And I was going to say, as far as being black in Japan, when I was in, and it kind of correlates nicely, with what I've read online. It says like when you are in the bigger cities, like the one I just came from, like Shinjuku, no one really like bats an eyelash or like looks twice and be like, oh my god, it's a black person. In the bigger cities, that's what it said online. But it also said online that as you go into the smaller cities, like you'll get way more stares and people will like look at you. And I was like, I wonder. I feel like I'm gonna be like a unicorn when I get there, because there's not gonna be a lot of black people. And because of all of the things that I read online about being black in Japan, I thought that I would get more stares, and I thought that I wouldn't see more black people. But then being in Shinjuku, I meeting all the Nigerian people, and I'm telling you, it was a good amount. I was surprised. But then now that I'm in Asakusabashi. Asakusabashi. That is how you say it. Asakusabashi. Now that I'm in Asakusabashi in Taitoku, it's a smaller city here. It's a smaller town. There's not, like nothing is written in English. Everything is only in Japanese. I got more stares. And I noticed like people, like adults staring at me, but not like staring at me like, oh my gosh. But they are, looking twice a little bit. But then, just in the tiny walk from the station to the hotel, I saw some cute little Japanese girls with their mother, and they were staring at me like, whoa. And then like they kept walking, and then I looked back, and then both of them for sure were looking back like, whoa, like they've never seen a black person before. And then their mom was just looking at me and smiling. So it wasn't like they were staring at me and it was making me uncomfortable. I used to say, you were right, my eyebrows are darker now and I feel like they're more fleeky. it was an experience. It wasn't a bad experience. I didn't feel uncomfortable because they were staring. And I think like the things that I read online kind of prepared me for this day. I thought if I never looked it up or anything like that, I would have been like, oh, wow. You know, I would have been like more surprised by it. I think I would have understood it still, but I wouldn't have been as surprised by it. But like reading everything online about like, you know, people staring at you and being unfamiliar with black people in general kind of prepared me for coming here. So being black in Asakusabashi and in Shinjuku. I don't want to say in all of Japan because I haven't been to all of Japan and I've only been here for 2 days. So my experience so far, if you go to Shinjuku near like the clubs, and I think the man said he like they own a club out there. So like you're gonna see some well, I think you might see some black people in Shinjuku. And then I haven't been in Akasabashi, whatever, for longer than a couple hours, and I was asleep most of the time I've been here, so I can't tell you whether or not you'll see black people here, but maybe not, because judging by the way people were looking at me, maybe not. And it might also be because of the fact we had like 10 gajillion cases of luggage, and we were like, you know, like trying to get to our accommodation. So it might have been that too. We were kind of attracting attention to ourselves in a way, but you know, whatever. You know how in America you kind of feel sometimes, I don't know, like if you have ever felt this way, or if you're an African American person who's watching this, ever felt like maybe you would not be treated the same as other people because you're black. I don't get that feeling here, like, you know, like wondering how that would go. But like people are still super duper nice. I didn't think they wouldn't have been. I'm just talking about my experience. But yeah, I didn't think people wouldn't be nice, but I'm just talking about my experience. I don't, you know, basically what I'm trying to get across is I don't feel like being black in Japan will kind of hinder you in any kind of way, because I don't feel like people has treated me any like negative kind of way. And the only reason why I've been like kind of like thinking about maybe it would, because, you know, I Googled it, and you know, Google may not always be the most resourceful or reliable source of information, but you know, online, you know, I've seen like some people complain about people not treating them fairly because they don't speak Japanese, or I don't think like nothing I really read online was kind of saying that people would be treated badly because they were black. It was like treated badly because they were foreigner, because they were not Japanese or they couldn't speak Japanese. So people wouldn't, you know, give them the same kind of treatment. Or people who did speak Japanese, and then Japanese people would assume that they didn't, and then treat them unfairly. And then they'd be like, okay, well, I know what you're saying. So far, when I've been here, people have been very nice. So what I've been saying about, like, at the station, like, I was walking too close to the track, long story short, and then a train was coming, and then a man, he grabbed my arm, like, oh, you're too close. Like, he didn't say anything. I think he didn't say anything because he thought that I wouldn't be able to understand him if he did say anything. So he just grabbed my arm and, like, pulled me away before the train came. I don't think I would have got hit by the train. I don't think I was standing that close, but maybe I could have been. By the way, you know, he grabbed me up. But, you know, he grabbed me up. So that's, like, you know, one act of kindness that happened. Another one is, you know, like I mentioned a second ago, I packed way too much stuff. I want to say we, so I don't feel as bad, but honestly, I packed too much stuff. And trying to go in between, you know, like buses and train stations, trying to get to our next place with all of our luggage, like people can see me physically struggling. And I was trying to carry my suitcase down like this really long flight of stairs, and then like these two women, they just like ran up to me and they like grabbed the bottom of my suitcase and like helped me carry it down the stairs, and it was like really, really nice. And we got to the bottom of the stairs where the girl's like, oh, it's so desu ne. Like, oh my gosh, like this is so heavy. I was like, almost sugiru da yo. And then she was like, you know, like laughed and was like, bye. And I was like, bye. And she walked away. What's the other act of kindness? I can't think of them off the top of my head like right now, but like, you know, been like random acts of kindness from strangers that kind of, you know, made me feel great. And then also that the black guy who lives here was telling me about how he didn't feel so comfortable. He was also mentioning how it feels so safe in this country. And then one specific quote that he said that I don't know why it stuck with me, but I remember he said, quote, "No one will disturb you." You know, I should ask him to expound upon it more, but he was like, no one will disturb you in this country. No one will disturb you. And I think he was referencing what's going on in America a little bit, because he was like, oh, you know, no one will come up to you. He was like, you know, no one, you know, everyone's so safe. There's not a lot of crimes. You know, no, you don't have to worry about people stealing your stuff. And then you don't have to, he said, I remember this specifically. He said, you don't have to worry about no one walking up to you and doing this. You know what the make in his hand, but you know, like making like gun fingers. So I think he was referencing, you know, like the police, and he was also mentioning how you don't have to worry about the police harassing you. So I think he was like,
he was like, You get drunk, police, they call police and the police take you home.
Yeah, he said, like, you get drunk in public, you get too drunk, you're being sloppy. People don't look at you and be like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with you? They'll call the police. And then in America, when you hear, oh, you're drunk in public and they call the police, what do you envision? I envision the police coming, putting you in handcuffs and detaining you, like, okay, you're wild, and like, writing you up a citation, giving you a fine, and then putting you like into a holding cell until you get sober enough for someone to come get you, something like that. He said that in Japan, if you're drunk in public and you're doing the most, someone will call the police and the police will come and help you. And they will pick you up and they'll like drive you back home and make sure you're okay. So it seems that interaction with police in this country is way different than America. And then when he brought that up, he was like, you don't have to worry about the police coming up to you and doing this. So, but then when I asked him more directly, I just asked him straight up, what do you think about what's going on in America? What do you think of America? And he wouldn't like answer, not that he would answer the question really directly, but he was saying things like, oh, I don't want to assume what's going on in that country based upon what I see in the media, because like, and then he wouldn't like directly tell me the media portrays America like this, da 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 da. He was like, I'm not gonna go off with what the media says. I want to find out for myself, and I'm not going to judge you guys. We're both black people, and like I see no difference in us. Da 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 da. The only we all come from Africa. The only difference is when we left Africa, the places that we went to. I came to Japan. I'm from Nigeria. I came to Japan. You guys are from somewhere in Africa. You guys went to live in the States. We're still brothers and sisters, is what he was saying. And he was saying he doesn't want to judge us off of the media. I asked him, okay, so what does the media portray about America? What is the image that you're trying to avoid? And he was like, oh, what he did say though was that in Japan, the media doesn't really slander America because they think America is so cool. This is what the man is saying. He said that they and typically, yeah, they like America over here, so they try not to slander America in the media in Japan, is what the man was saying. So that's another thing. So to all of my black sisters out there, and brothers too, who have been online and like reading about what their interaction in Japan would look like, and kind of like nervous about coming here, and because especially people who live in America who have like negative interactions sometimes with police and with culture because of being black, and you were wondering, would you experience the same thing in Japan? If you want to take my word for it, I've only been here for 2 days, and I spoke to a man who's been here for 20 years, but it was a very short conversation. I don't feel like you'd have a problem, honestly. And I also think that if you speak Japanese, you'll have a great time because you'll be able to speak to people. I don't feel like I was very discriminated against. I felt really comfortable here. Huh? What do you say, anything?
Yeah, I would love if I was able to speak better Japanese. I would be striking up so much more conversation.
I don't know if you can hear Aise because he's so far away from the microphone, but he said that if he spoke more Japanese, then he would love to speak more Japanese so he can spark up more conversation. So Aise, how do you I don't know if it crossed your mind or not, but how do you feel about like being black in Japan for the couple of days that you've been here?
I don't think anything else. At least in Shinjuku, it looks like damn.
Like it was just cool.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable. I feel comfortable, and I just wanted to talk about this because I know before coming to Japan, I looked it up a lot, and I was trying to find things, and there weren't a lot of conversation online about being black in Japan. So I kind of just want to add to that conversation about my experience, and I'll be here for a month and a half. So I'll definitely come back to this topic when I'm about to wrap up this trip and tell you guys more about it to my peoples out here who want to go to Japan but don't know how things will go. First impression, you'll be fine. If not fine, you'll be great. And then also this outfit I got from Forever 21 in Shinjuku. And the Forever 21 and the H&M in Shinjuku, oh my gosh, they are huge. They are huge. And they have a lot of like nice things. Can I zoom in? Okay, I think I can zoom in. Okay guys, so thank you so much for coming to this video. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And most of all, please stick around for my upcoming vlogs, my upcoming Get Ready With Me's. I'm thinking about maybe doing a...
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Arigatou gozaimasu. So desu ne. Please stick with me. I'm not crazy. Please stick with me. And thank you for watching. And I will... Baka janai no.